Good morning, kindergarten, and welcome to today's writing lesson. You are going to need to go into your writing folder and pull out your I can dot my name activity and I can build my name activity. So for this activity, you're going to need this paper. You're going to need either a small paintbrush or a Q-tip. I like Q-tips because they're easier to smush. When you use a paintbrush, it doesn't smush very well, it splatters. You're going to need small paint that can wash out because I don't want anybody's clothes getting messed up. You can get this paint at Dollar Tree for $1. You are going to need a glue stick and some scissors. So you're going to need a lot of materials for this activity. So if it takes a day or two to get the materials, it's okay. I will not make it late. It's fine if you need to go to the store if it takes a day or two to get these materials. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is to open a color. And I always start with my favorite color. And my favorite color is sparkly green. Okay? I'm going to need 2 hands to do this. So let me set my phone down. All right, you heard it pop, and I said 2 hands. You're also going to need 2 hands. One hand pulls while the other hand pushes, okay? I'm going to use a Q-tip, and I'm going to start with the first letter of my son's name. My son's name is Silas, S-I-L-A-S, S-I-L-A-S, S-I-L-A-S. And that is how you spell Silas. I suggest that when you do your name with your parents, that you come up with a song that spells out the letters in your name. If your name has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters, then you can do the same song that I did. Okay? Now, I'm going to dab just a little bit, not a whole lot. And I'm going to match my Q-tip to the dots on the page, okay? And this helps you, I'm going to steal some from that one. Dabbing the letters in your name helps you really focus on the formation of your letter. Now, S is a crooked letter. Crooked letter. It goes like a snake, okay? Loop-de-loop, okay? I'm going to continue to use green. Now, you can get several Q-tips, and you can change the color. Maybe I'll do a pattern. I'll do green and then another color. I'll do Christmas colors. How about that? Green and red. I'm going to set my phone down so that I can open this up. Now, when you open up your paint, please be careful not to spill your paint all over your workspace, okay? When we work with paint, we want to be very careful not to be messy. Because if we're messy when we work with paint, our families won't let us work with paint again. And we want to make sure that we can work with paint a lot. Okay? Letter is S, sound is S. So the beginning sound of Silas's name says S. Next letter is I. You notice I has a floating dot and a straight line down. There we go. Next letter, L. L is a skyline letter, and it just goes straight down from skyline. I might have to bend it a little bit. Oh, you see how Mrs. Turner was a little messy? It's a good thing this is washable. I can go wash my hands when I'm done. Okay. A. Wait. S. I says his name here. He doesn't say I. S. I. O. A is a airplane line letter. It's a small letter. you start by making a straight line down. Then you go around and make your bubble. There are quite a few letters that have bubbles. A has a bubble, B has a bubble, D has a bubble, G has a bubble. Bubble letters. They have a bubble and that means they go around. S, I, O, ah. A says ah. And the last letter in Silas's name is the lowercase s, as opposed to the uppercase S. That means that this is an airplane line letter. It is small. Okay. Remember, S is a crooked letter. It makes a snake loop-de-loop. I am looping around with my dots. S, S, I, O, S. Silas. Silas. Silas is my son's name, and I have dotted his name. I can dot my name. That's a complete sentence. It has an uppercase first letter. It has a period at the end. I can dot my name. Silas. Okay, I'm gonna put my Q-tip in the trash. Okay, I wanna make sure that when we are working, we're working in a clean space. Okay, I'm gonna, instead of washing my hands, so you don't have to watch me wash my hands, I'm going to wipe my hand where I keep my sunflower seeds. I grow sunflowers outside and I harvest the seeds. Sometimes I make flavored seeds. Sometimes I save the seeds for the next year. Sometimes I give the seeds away. This is what a sunflower looks like when it's lost its petals and its fluff in the middle. Most plants come from seeds. Okay, so now that we have dotted our name, what I'm gonna want you to do is to make sure that you close your paint nice and secure so that if it moves around, paint won't go everywhere. I keep my paint in a safe place. I keep my belongings nice and organized, okay? Now next is I can build my name. What we're going to need to do is to cut out the letters in our name and paste them with glue, okay? I'm going to now move my camera so it's facing me so you can see Mrs. Turner's face, and Mrs. Turner, sorry, my little mess, Mrs. Turner can show you how to cut and paste, okay? So here we are. There's Mrs. Turner, hi. So scissors, first things first. Your scissors has a small spot and a large spot. The small spot is meant for your thumb, this finger. And your 3 other fingers go in the big spot. Thumbs up is how we cut, and we cut away from our body. We don't want to cut towards, away, so we're safe. We use our other hand to hold the paper. So I'm first going to cut a straight line from the bottom of my rectangle work. I'm going to cut across so that I have my work nice and neat, and I have my scrap with my letters, okay? S-I-L-A-S, S-I-L-A-S, S-I-L-A-S. That is how you spell Silas. Then I'm going to face it this way. I'm going to cut out all the letters in a very long rectangle. You see how I'm cutting away from my body? Nice and neat, one big scrap right over here. Okay, so that I make sure to throw that away. And I'm gonna cut out the first letter in Silas's name, in my name. So the first letter is the uppercase S. Everybody's name starts with an uppercase letter because we are names of people. We always uppercase names of things. Okay, so here's my first letter, S. I take my glue, I take the cap off, I set it somewhere where I can find later. I, 1, 2, put the glue up just a little bit, not a lot. If you put it a lot, you're gonna waste it. Then I find a spot on my paper. I put the glue 1, 2, 3 is enough for me. And I place the letter there. I always use the top name as a guide to show me where my letter underneath should go. So it's right underneath, okay? I'm gonna set my glue to the side and cut the next letter. Now look here. There's a piece of scrap between my letter. I'm gonna first cut off the scrap and put it where my other scrap is, nice and neat. Then I'm going to cut the letter that I need. The letter that I need is the letter I with a floating dot, because that's the next letter in Silas's name. 1, 2, 3, glue. S, I. Good. I'm gonna move on to the next letter. Cut the scrap off, cut the letter off. L. 1, 2, 3. Next letter, cut the scrap, cut the letter, glue it down. Now, what I want you to make sure is that when you have letters that can be upside down, that you make sure that they are right side up. I don't want the floating dot on the bottom, I want it on the top. I don't want the line for the A on this side, I want the line on this side, okay? Make sure the letters look like they're right side up. And I'm finally at my lowercase letter, S, my last letter in Silas's name. One, two, three, S. Now, when I'm finished dotting my name and building my name,